Have you ever stopped to think about the importance of your inner life? In a world so focused on appearances and what's on the outside, it's easy to forget that true value lies in what we carry within us. Society pushes us to seek recognition, success, and external validation, while what truly transforms lives is our faith and connection with God. Surprisingly, the simplicity of a contrite heart and humility can be the path to true peace and fulfillment. Imagine investing your time and energy in building a strong and resilient inner life, instead of accumulating material possessions that, in the end, don't bring true happiness. In this video, we'll explore how the search for inner purification not only liberates us, but also brings hope, confidence, and wisdom to our daily lives. Are you ready for this journey of self-knowledge and transformation? The Christian life is built on a solid 3 pillars: prayer, fasting, and the practice of giving. These 3 pillars are indispensable for those who desire a life of true faith, keeping hope alive in God. When a person dedicates themselves to this practice, they experience a transformation that goes beyond what is visible. It is like caring for a garden. It is not enough to just water the plants. It is necessary to remove the weeds and ensure that the soil is fertile so that life can flourish. Likewise, the practice of helping, praying, and fasting strengthens the spirit and brings purification. When we talk about doing good, many immediately think of grand gestures, but small daily actions also have a profound impact. Helping a neighbor with a simple task, taking the time to listen to someone who is going through difficulties, or even offering a word of comfort, all of these reflect what it means to live according to Christian wisdom. When we give, we do not lose, but rather gain. God, in His infinite wisdom, sees every act of kindness and rewards it with blessings that cannot be measured by human eyes. These pillars also strengthen trust in God. Those who practice prayer, fasting, and charity begin to realize that their faith goes beyond words. Life takes on new meaning, and challenges become opportunities to exercise this faith. After all, just as an athlete trains his body, a Christian who invests in his spiritual life trains his spirit for difficult times. And it is in this strengthening that true hope lies. Jesus, in His wisdom, teaches that it is not enough to worry about appearances. He confronts the Pharisee by showing that washing one's hands does not purify the heart. The true path of faith involves inner cleansing, where God's wisdom illuminates the hidden areas of our lives. Often, we are so focused on appearing righteous in the eyes of others that we forget the essential. God sees what is in the heart. There is no point in maintaining a facade of faith if inside we harbor resentment and hurt. The practical example of this is in everyday life. How many times are we more concerned with being seen doing good than actually purifying our intentions? Giving alms with a heart full of pride is the same as washing the outside of the cup, but leaving it dirty on the inside. The path to purification begins with humility, recognizing one's own faults, and seeking a transformation that comes from the inside out. True faith does not need spotlights. It shines on its own. Trust in God is what leads us to this inner purification. Sometimes we resist looking within, afraid of what we will find, but it is in this process that our faith is refined. Divine wisdom shows us that, instead of hiding behind external rituals, we must surrender to the grace that purifies our soul. And as we do so, hope is reborn, giving us the strength to follow the path of faith with greater ease and authenticity. The regular practice of helping others is one of the great secrets of the Christian life. More than a simple act of kindness, it is a form of liberation. Every time we reach out to someone, we are, in fact, purifying our soul and connecting directly with God's will. The act of giving, whether it is time, resources, or just a smile, is an exercise in faith that teaches us to detach ourselves from material things and trust in divine provision. Those who sincerely help others experience this liberation that transforms. Examples of this can be seen in small, everyday actions. A simple gesture such as sharing a meal with someone in need, or even listening to someone who is going through difficulties, are practices that impact not only the life of the recipient, but also that of the giver. God does not ask us for great sacrifices. but rather gestures of genuine love that purify the heart and bring a sense of inner peace. Faith is strengthened when practiced in the field of action. Wisdom lies in understanding that the practice of charity is not only for the benefit of others, but for our own spiritual growth. Every act of generosity brings us closer to God and makes us more aware of our mission in the world. Hope for a better future is built when we decide to act with compassion and love. It is in this giving of ourselves to others that faith flourishes and our soul finds true purification. True spirituality begins within, in the heart. There is no point in following external rituals or practices if the heart is not aligned with God's will. The Christian life demands more than simple gestures. It requires a contrite and humble heart, willing to submit to divine wisdom. God does not look at the outside, but at what is happening inside each one of us. Trust in God grows when our interior is at peace and in tune with Him. Humility is one of the greatest treasures of the interior life. When we recognize our weaknesses and failures, we make room for God to work in us. There is no room for pride in the spiritual life. True greatness lies in putting ourselves in second place, trusting that God knows what is best for us. It is this humble and contrite heart that God wants to see, much more than any sacrifice or external ritual. A practical example of this is the way we deal with life's adversities. A person who cultivates a rich interior life, based on faith and hope, is not easily shaken by difficulties. She finds in God the strength she needs to carry on. Thus, trust in God becomes a shield that protects the heart from unnecessary worries. The true power of spirituality lies in cultivating this deep relationship with God within us. Now that you understand the importance of your inner life, the question remains, how are you going to apply this knowledge in your daily life? What's the point of understanding all this and doing nothing about it? Are you willing to look within and transform your soul before focusing on appearances? Think about how your life can change by giving more value to your contrite heart, your faith, and your complete trust in God. How about starting to seek this transformation today? Leave a comment below with what you think needs to be improved in your inner life. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to continue learning more about Christian spirituality and how it can impact your life in a practical and true way. Let's go on this journey together.